Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys how I whiten the skulls after they're done with the beetles. This one was actually boiled by someone and brought to me to whiten. That's why it's a little more opened up. Mix up a new batch here, run a little low. So I have 3 more heads to do, so I'll generally do about a cup and a half of the 40V cream peroxide developer. I get it on Amazon, but you can get it at almost any hairstyling place. And then we got the BW2 Plus, which is just like a bleach whitening. And this kind of just depends. I start off with a scoop and a half and mix it. I'm trying to get like a jelly consistency, something where it's not runny, it sticks good. You can already kind of tell I'll probably add another half scoop. I want it nice and thick so it stays on and doesn't run too bad, but also thin enough where you can get it in the cracks and crevices. If you are going to boil skulls, make sure you just simmer them and not necessarily boil. Not overdo it, because that's what causes the separation of these nose bones, and definitely not helpful. So that's a pretty good paste right there. Get a little bit of saran wrap around my antlers. You don't have to do that. If you do get some of this on the antlers, it will bleach it, but as long as you get it off within a minute or so, you'll be alright. But for other people's, I like to wrap it just to be safe. For my personal, I don't. Normally I'd use electrical tape, but I ran out today. I don't feel like going to town. The high for today is -5. I don't feel like going to start my truck. Make sure you pull that tape good and tight so it does seal down the edge. And then you can use something like a foil pan or a cheap big Tupperware to leave underneath. But right now I just have saran wrap underneath, since that's what I'm going to end up wrapping it in when I'm done. And start applying. I like to, be pretty liberal with it. You want a lot on there. It's that good color. I like to leave mine on for about a week, especially since right now it's middle of winter in Wisconsin. In the summer, you don't have to necessarily leave it as long, but if you let them sit out in the sun wrapped with this stuff on, good heat. But I actually am in the basement of my shop, so I have a furnace down here that I wrap them and set them next to the furnace, so it's even warmer than anywhere else in the shop. Make sure you get getting all the cracks and crevices. Especially that's where that cartilage is, that when you boil, doesn't necessarily all get out, so you want to try to cover that up. I use beetles now. My beetle enclosure is actually right over here. I'll show you after we're done with this. Sometimes you still will have to, when you take it out from a week from now and wash them off, you might have to put another coat on. Not very often, but on some greasy ones that don't get cleaned right away. A fresh skull, if you get it all the hide off and degreased and right away, generally you don't have to. Just always be watching those antlers and make sure there's none, not sitting in any puddles or anything. You don't want to get this stuff on there for too long. You really want to coat the teeth. You can see how stained they are compared to the rest of the bone. And they take a good applying to get nice and white. But you can get them just as white as the skull itself. Again, make sure you're getting all the cracks and crevices really good. Pushing it in with your brush. But overall, pretty fast process. I mean, here I'm done. I'm just smoothing everything around. And that took me maybe 45 seconds. And the rest, just sit and wait. And wrap it up here. Usually like to fold up. Bring one side around, tuck it under the antler. Under the pedicle here, bring it back over the back of the forehead. And do the same with the other side. Under the antler, wrap it back into the brain cavity. Fold one side over, push down gently. Fold the nose up, wrap gently, and fold the last side over. And gently just set it. There we go. We'll leave that for about a week. Put this over here with the other one I did. We'll grab another one. And here's my beetle enclosure. Can't see the glass, kind of dirty. I just put this one in about 10 minutes ago. My beetles might not be too hungry yet. They just got done with 2 back-to-back skulls. I'm still growing my colony, but overall they did pretty good. This one here is one that they cleaned. You can see they didn't miss nothing. But yeah, thanks for watching.